What's up, guys? Owen here from Wild West Washing. I wanted to jump on here real quick and do a little video kind of going over our trailer rig for the 2026 wash season, kind of go through the different equipment, how we plumbed everything up, and just show you guys how we have everything set up. So the trailer is on a 16-foot tandem axle trailer. It's rated for 3,500 pounds per axle, so 7,000 pounds total. The pressure washer we're using this season is a Honda GX 690, 8 gallon a minute pump. The pump is a General Pump TSF 2021, and it is the BE Industrial Series belt drive. We've had no problems with this so far, and I'm hoping that's going to last us at least 3 seasons. So, and right now I think we have 7 hours on the actual machine. So coming out of the pump, we have the unloader, which is a K1. It's a flow sensitive unloader, which means basically whenever you're off the trigger, the pressure is not building up at the gun, it's building up at the unloader. So as soon as you let go of the trigger, you have pressure that basically shoots out of your unloader and comes into your bypass line, and that returns to the tank. The difference between a flow sensitive unloader and a pressure trapping unloader is literally just that the flow sensitive unloader builds the pressure at the unloader, and the pressure trapping unloader traps the pressure at the gun instead. So whenever you pull the trigger, it's like a soft release, and you're not going to get that pop, which is a big help. And another reason we have the K1 unloader is because we downstream with a water boss gun, and you have to have a flow sensitive unloader to be able to use it, or you would break the gun. So coming out of the unloader, it goes to a quick connect, which goes to the chemical injector bypass loop. Basically, it's a Flow Pro. This is the injector right here, and it's just not connected right now. I have to put this on there and put the bar back. I actually had to take this off just now and put some new Teflon tape on both sides because we had a little leak, but not a big deal. Most people, what they do is they have a little whip line that comes out of the unloader and runs a little ways, and then you connect your bypass loop to the other side of the whip line. What we've done is just hard connected everything, and I need to put a little zip tie kind of holding this up into the trailer, but it's been working great. We've had 0 problems with it so far, and the idea behind it was just to eliminate where we could have problems occur, and it's been working great so far. So that's the pressure washer. Also, one more thing on the pressure washer, we have we use a hydraulic line for the bypass line instead of a poly line, because what we've noticed is after 3 or 4 uses, the poly line will bust right here, because as soon as you let go of the trigger and that pressure releases, it just goes through that poly line. It's not really rated for pressure, so it breaks pretty quick. But with the hydraulic line, it works perfect. We've had 0 problems with it so far. It is expensive. The hydraulic line was expensive, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run, so we don't have to keep replacing that poly line. But that's the pressure washer. This is the Softwash pump we're using. This is the Flow Pro computer box. Basically, this is where the light goes off. So if we're working on a house over here, we can easily see the light just to verify that we're getting mix. This is the Softwash pump that we're using. It is a 16 gallon a minute super pump by Southeast Softwash. You don't actually get 16 gallons a minute when you're on the trigger. We get about 7 gallons a minute, but that's perfect for us. We're running 200 feet of Softwash hose, so if you buy one of these pumps and you're going to run 200 or more feet on it, don't expect to get 16 gallons a minute. It says that, but you're not really going to get that after all the restrictions. Proportioner system here, and battery charger here. So what I do is I basically just take an extension cord and then just plug it into the extension cord. Kind of keep everything in this housing to keep it easy. Moving away from this is the little on and off switch right here to turn it on. This is the Epoch, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, 24 volt battery. It's got Bluetooth on. I never understood why. It might connect to an app. but the battery works great. It lasts a long time. We just have it hard mounted down to the trailer. And then we have our bleach tank right here. This is the downstream line that goes to the bypass loop over there, sucks bleach. And then this is the bleach line for the Softwash pump. And then this is the bypass line that goes back into the buffer tank. Little giant ladder. It is 22 feet extension and then 11-foot A-frame. So, and it stores at like 5.5 feet, which is perfect. So it doesn't take up a whole lot of room, but you get a whole lot of height from it. This is the buffer tank right here, 275 gallon tote. And we have it strapped down with heavy duty straps. And then we have 2 heavy duty straps that connect the soap and the bleach, kind of hugging it to it. And then we have holes throughout the trailer that just run sort of on this side. And then we have some kind of parallel on that side that run down. I bought this trailer from Facebook Marketplace. I found a really good deal on it. And it already had those holes in the trailer before I bought it. So we just kind of got lucky because we have a hole here and a hole here. So it worked out perfectly for the straps. And it's also good for drainage. If we have any water that comes on the trailer, it just drains through, which is nice. We have a 24-inch BE surface cleaner that we use. We haven't had any problems with it so far. It's stainless steel and it's on casters. So paired with the 8 gallon a minute, it works perfectly. We can go pretty quick with it. Coming down here, we have the hoses and the hose reels. So I'm not going to take the gate down, but basically what we have is we have 3 18-inch hose reels with 3/4-inch manifolds. So this is 200 feet of 3/4-inch Softwash hose, and it's paired with the red gun, which this thing's awesome. We actually have a water boss gun coming in for downstreaming with the pressure washer, which I'm excited to get and set up. So that's the Softwash hose, and it's little, I'll come around this side and kind of show you. Right here on the swivel, it goes to 3/4-inch line that runs to the Softwash pump. And then here we have 200 feet of pressure hose, 3/8 pressure hose. And it goes to the pressure washer. We don't have anything connected to the reel. We just use this for storage. And then down here is the feed line. This is 3/4-inch Flexzilla. And it runs to here, which is 3/4-inch. That runs to this right here, which is a filter. And then it runs to the top of the buffer tank, and it runs into the buffer tank. Coming down here, this is the main ball valve for the buffer tank, and that comes into 2-inch PVC. And then we put 245s right here just to get the pipe closer down to the floor, and it's basically touching the floor naturally, which is nice. And then this comes to a T, which comes this way to another ball valve, and this just drains the water. What I'd like to do is get a little reducer to a barb and then run a little whip line off the edge of the trailer and just let it drain like that. But for now, we just let it drain onto the trailer, and we don't really have any problems with it. And then on this side of the T, it comes down to this T and then this elbow. So this feeds the Softwash pump, and then this feeds the pressure washer. So it goes from the ball valve to a fitting that goes to a reducer, and then the reducer goes to basically a fitting that goes from NPT threads to a 1-inch barb. And then we've ran 1-inch Tiger Flex hose to the Softwash pump and to the pressure washer. So it's worked great for us. Super simple design. And pretty easy access. And then this is our fuel tank. This is just an Academy fuel tank. I think it's 11 gallons, but let's see, it doesn't really say on here. But this tank all the way full will last us 2 days basically of washing, which is plenty. And then this runs to the pressure washer. And that's really it, guys. This is the battery we have. This is the 12-volt battery that we have that powers the Flow Pro, and then powers the starter for the pressure washer. And that's really it. It's a pretty efficient build. We did everything in about 3 days. We kind of set everything up in about 3 days. And it works great. The only other things we really have left to do on it is get some vented caps for the top of the buffer tank, because right now it's kind of nasty up here right now. We have some stuff falling from the top of the shop, but basically what happens right now is whenever you're running your pump, either one, the pressure washer or the soft wash pump, you just have to unscrew this and then leave it super loose. And I don't really like that. I feel like if there's a strong wind or something, it'll blow it out and then we might lose it. So I ordered some vented caps for that. And then, these are really dirty. And then for the soft wash pump, we need to get a longer soap line to run into the soap tank. And then we have to get some filters, but everything works as it is right now. There's some little improvements that we need to make, but everything works just fine. So if you guys have any questions, or if you see something that doesn't really make sense, feel free to leave a comment below. And I'm not sure if you can send pictures in the comments or not, but I'd like to see your rigs for this season, how you guys have your rigs set up. Always like looking at those and the different Facebook group chats and stuff. So y'all have a good week. We have a busy week this week. We have, I think, 8 houses this week, which is a pretty busy week for us. So yeah, guys, have a good week. I'll see y'all later.